Okay, boys and girls, this week we are going to draw kites, or a kite, because I noticed this weekend and the first of this week we have had some beautiful spring weather. And with that beautiful spring weather, we have had some really blustery, windy days, and I thought to myself that this is some great weather to fly a kite. So, here's the example that we're going to go by, and we'll get to drawing our kite. First, we're going to use a pencil, where I am going to use a marker so that you can see it better. Also, you can use crayons, as I have done, or you can use coloring pencils, markers, whatever you have handy that you can draw. You can use notebook paper or any kind of paper that you can find. So the first thing we want to do is start with our kite. And our kite is pretty much an upside down. I'm going to start with an upside down V. So you draw your upside down V shape. Bring it to a point. And bring that point back down. Now, you're going to connect a right side up V to that. So, draw another V and connect it to that upside down V. And your usual standard kite is in the shape of a diamond. And we're just going to draw a line which supports the kite, because it's made out of lightweight, usually plastic or some type of cardboard or paper, sometimes cloth, to support it, so that way it can stay up in the air. It's usually supported by two plastic pieces that cross each other, or wood, or other material that is very lightweight. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to put a tail on our kite. And our tail on our kite is a string, usually. It's usually made out of some sort of string. Let's just draw that tail on that kite. Then you can add detail to that tail. And we talked about how it needs to be windy, and how the weather's been so windy and blustery here lately. And if you need to show your wind and those movements of that wind pushing that kite to keep it in the air, you're just going to draw your motion lines as if wind is gusting. Keep that kite in the air. And we're going to need a few of these, because it takes quite a bit of wind to keep a kite up. Otherwise, if you don't have a steady flow of wind or gust of wind, your kite's not going to really fly that well. And you're just just going to bring those lines around that wind and finish off with those motion lines. That wind. Now, we have our basic essentials. We have our kite and our wind, which keeps our kite in the air. Now, we're just going to add detail to our paper. And as always, when we do a background, so I'm going to want you to fill in your background. When you do a background, you need a horizon line. And your horizon line is what separates the ground from the sky. I'm just going to do some zigzag lines up and down across the bottom for my grass. It's going to be at the bottom of my page. And your horizon line, you can put it up higher, wherever you want it, wherever you want your ground to start and your background to start. Or your ground to stop, your background to start, whichever way you want to put it. Then you're going to add any other detail to your background. I'm going to finish mine off with just some clouds in the sky. And just stick some clouds up here in the sky. And also put a sun in the sky. I'm going to let those sunbeams, because it's such a beautiful spring day, come off of that round sun in the sky. Big round ball of fire. It's got some beams shooting off of it. And then once you have your kite drawn, and your wind, and your background, you're just going to simply color it. And if you're using crayons, for my wind, because you can color your kite whatever color you want. But for your wind, I like to take and really bear down and go over those lines really dark, just to give those motion lines more emphasis so that they stand out even more than the rest, so that we know that wind is blowing that kite, which ends up turning out like this once you have it colored. And there you have your kite on your windy day.